Good morning to you, Senator Paul. We just want to thank you so much for taking the time.
Glad to be with you.
Yeah, to chat with us here in Lexington today. I know you're a busy guy, but let's go ahead and just dive in. You know, I work on our morning show. It seems like a lot of mornings lately we've had some very lively back and forth featuring you and Doctor Anthony Fauci. And why has it been so important to you to be so vocal? And what do you feel like you've accomplished by taking him to task so publicly?
You know, I think a lot of these debates have ramifications in real life. So one of the biggest issues right now, where I think the science could actually save lives, particularly in India, is that people who have had the disease have immunity. That's what the science shows. And so when you're doling out the vaccine, we should vaccinate those who haven't had the disease as a priority. So in India yesterday, 6,000 people died. They have people lined up by the thousands wanting to get the vaccine. They don't have enough vaccines. So if you prioritize your vaccine towards those who have not had the infection, your vaccine will go farther and you will save many lives. But Dr. Fauci is ignoring the science on this. He'll begrudgingly admit, but the studies are very, very clear. And he'll begrudgingly admit that you have immunity, but he's sort of an elitist. So he wants one size fits all. Don't think about it. Just go get a vaccine. We don't care who you are, how old you are, what your risk factors are, or whether you've had it. And I don't think that's a very scientific approach. I think we should individualize the approach and try to target the vaccine to those who have not yet had the disease. And I think we'll save lives by doing so. But if nobody pushes back and everybody just lets Anthony Fauci have the, rule the day, I think that's a mistake not to have a real live debate over these issues.
Sure. At this point, would you feel that a vaccine used on someone who has had the disease is a vaccine wasted when we do have situations like we do in India where so many people are still dying from COVID-19?
There are large studies now. Cleveland Clinic had a study this week of 52,000 employees, and they found that those who had had the disease but didn't get vaccinated did just as well as those who had not had the disease and been vaccinated. Equal numbers for both, very low, if almost zero infections if you have the vaccine or if you've had the disease. So yes, I think it is a waste, but I also think lives are lost because the thing is there's not enough vaccine. So you need to vaccinate as many people as possible. The other good news in our country that Dr. Fauci is ignoring is that we have reached herd immunity. And the way we got to herd immunity is by vaccines and natural infection. So we've had about 100 million people, by the CDC estimates, about 100 million people in our country have gotten the disease naturally. If you add that to those who have been vaccinated, that's why our numbers are plummeting. He still thinks we aren't there, so they're trying to say, oh, your 10-year-old kid, even if your 10-year-old kid has had COVID, they've got to be vaccinated. These people, these elitists, are wanting to mandate it before you go to school because they think we're not there. But if you look at natural immunity plus vaccination, we're well there. We don't need to force our children to take it. If the kids want to take it at 12, that's fine. If their parents want to take it, that's fine. But I don't think we should be trying to force this on kids, particularly kids who have already gotten COVID.
I've heard you speak to that before, so I'm curious what you think our next step is as a country in terms of COVID-19. If we've reached herd immunity, would you say it's essentially over for us? Do we need to be concentrating on booster shots? What would you say the next step is in terms of moving forward out of this pandemic?
I think time will tell whether we need booster shots or whether those who have been infected will eventually need vaccinated. Time will tell. There still will be deaths in our country. And the most important thing that I think your viewers can know is that if you get sick with COVID, before you get too sick, if you begin coughing and getting like a bronchitis, there is a treatment, and it's called monoclonal antibodies, as well as steroids. There are treatments they can give you in advance. For a long time during this pandemic, a big mistake was made by the government saying, just stay at home and do nothing. There are treatments. I can tell you President Trump got monoclonal antibodies early on, did well, even though he has risk factors. Chris Christie did well with monoclonal antibodies. So did Giuliani. Those are anecdotes, but the studies show that if you get treated early on, but here's the rub. If you wait till you're on death's door, you go to the hospital and they have to intubate you, they won't give you the monoclonal antibodies. There's a window of time in which they work. So there will be people that will still die, even in Kentucky, hopefully not many. But if your loved one gets this and is getting sick, you have to be an advocate. You need to call the doctor, call the hospital until you can find somebody that has the monoclonal antibodies that could save their life.
Speaking more locally here to Kentucky, how do you feel the Commonwealth has handled the pandemic? What have you thought of Governor Beshear? You know, today the state Supreme Court is taking up his use of emergency powers and how much power a governor should have during an emergency. Any thoughts regarding how Kentucky has reacted to restrictions and different protocols to try and battle this disease?
I think Governor Beshear has acted illegally and in an unconstitutional way. The state legislature has come forward and said that if he has an emergency edict, it expires in 30 days and would have to be approved by the state legislature. This is what our founders of both our state and our country wanted. They wanted checks and balances. They wanted a variety of opinion, not one person's opinion. So I think Governor Beshear has acted on pseudoscience. He's done a lot of things that have crippled restaurants and hotels and conventions that really probably didn't fit the science, but also for which he didn't ask permission. The state legislature's passed a law, and I don't see how the court could overrule the state legislature and say you cannot limit powers to the governor that you actually gave. The powers, the emergency powers, were given to the governor in the 1990s. To say that the state legislature couldn't limit powers they gave him would be a horrible abuse by the Supreme Court. So I hope the Supreme Court will see this for what it is. This is the fundamental aspect of our country, having the state legislature be a check and balance on the executive branch.
And on a more personal note, I know for you, we've reported and heard, and I'm so sorry to hear that your family has been the target of some threats, some very serious threats. Is this still happening? And I know you were saying you do believe that's connected to the conversations, the public ones you've had with Dr. Fauci and the pandemic. And what makes you believe that those two are in fact connected?
But as you know, I am kind of outspoken and have had contentious interviews. And the biggest thing that's been in the news in the last couple of weeks has been the debate. And I think it's been an intellectual debate and one on a high level and not of name calling or personal invective. But the thing is we got white powder sent to our house. My wife had to go several hours before she knew that she wasn't going to have to take months of antibiotics or go immediately to a hospital. Those are, scary times. We've had 5 death threats by phone, several of which are being investigated by the FBI as we speak. So it isn't a pleasant time. But what I would say is people need to understand that in Washington, I talk to Democrats every day, to independents. We do not have crosswords. We have dialogue back and forth. I'm a co-sponsor of 20 different pieces of legislation with Democrats. There isn't the hatred that you see sometimes on TV and sometimes on the internet, particularly the internet. That hatred doesn't exist in real life, but it's being stoked by the internet, by this allowance. Every day on the internet, I have at least 15 people wish that I be assaulted, that I had 6 ribs broken and part of my lung removed. And people think that that's funny and that they encourage people to do it again. It wasn't funny for me or my family. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And I don't know, we've just got to get to where we can disagree on things without being so angry at each other.
Well, that's good to hear. It's always nice to have an insider's insight into what's actually going on, because you're right. We do see kind of just this one public facing aspect of situations like the one with Dr. Fauci that we see back here, of course, in Lexington. So happy to get a little bit of that insight. And just finally, I guess, how are you feeling? What's your outlook for Kentucky and the country moving forward? It certainly seems like we've been through a whole lot and we're on the better side of things now. So just any final thoughts on the direction we are headed?
I'm optimistic and hopeful both for Kentucky and for our country. If you look at the daily numbers of COVID, they're going down dramatically. So we are in a really great place right now. Nobody can predict the future for sure, but I really do believe at this point we've gotten to herd immunity. Unless some new variant comes out that escapes things, it looks like we're going to be okay. Let's get back to making stuff, selling things, enjoying our lives. Let's let our kids be free of the damn mask. Let them play sports without a mask. Nothing hurts me more than to see a 4-year-old running around kicking the soccer ball outside with a mask on. There's no science behind that, and it's abuse of children. We need to stop that, and let's get back to normal.
Very good. Senator Paul, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us. I know our viewers will be eager to hear from you later today here on LEX 18 News. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you.